Awesome. Welcome and thank you for coming back to this awesome podcast. I'm AJ.
Ace.
Wakka.
Welcome. Yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a continuation of a podcast. We're Alive Descendants. If you haven't seen or listen to We're Alive Descendants, please do not watch this podcast or listen to it. If you care about the spoilers or you've seen it, then you feel free and be here. Like,
yeah, right.
So kind of the whole point of this podcast
Right.
is spoiler
Exactly.
of the other podcast.
Exactly. This podcast is filled with spoilers and, of course, a lot of discussions. We're gonna discuss the podcast. A lot of speculations. Exactly. This is how we, thrive. But yeah, I'm so
How we
excited.
thrive.
Yo, so by the way, the podcast. So we have a podcast last week, and then we're gonna have another one next week.
Yes.
It's a back-to-back podcast.
Oh, nice.
I was
nice.
so happy because, initially I was so sad seeing, it's 39 minutes. Dang.
Yeah.
It's going to be so quick.
Yeah.
And then I got so excited being like, wait, there's another one.
Yeah, there's
Right?
another one next week. So the following week, well, whenever you're listening to this, there's gonna be another podcast the following week. It's because it's always been like it has been every other week. So it's like it's like a crack cocaine. Give me some more. Give me some more.
Casey just constantly playing with our emotions.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
All right. Well, we're gonna talk about this episode. This episode is almost like it's almost like a straightforward episode, but at least in my opinion, we had a reunion, and we're gonna talk about that.
Yes.
We're definitely gonna talk about that. Are you
Right.
okay? Are you comfortable over there?
I'm golden. I'm just throwing my phone.
All right.
Chucking my phone everywhere.
Okay. All right. So we started. I'm ready to dive in. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
do
Okay.
this.
All right.
I've been
So we
waiting.
started. The episode started with what?
Hospital.
Hospital. We started with
Started with Hope.
Pegs. Dude,
Oh.
Pegs was snoring. Did you hear that? She was
Just for a little
snoring.
bit.
Yeah. Yeah, she was snoring. And then Hope came in, just barged in. Yo, is it just me? But there's a lot of Hope haters in the Facebook page. If you don't know, there's a Facebook page of We're Alive. Just go to Facebook and find We're Alive fan page, and you will see we're gonna
So
talk
much
about
discussion.
dude, we're gonna
Really?
talk about what happened in the fan page so far. But anyway,
Oh man.
a lot of people does not like Hope.
What?
Yeah, they don't like Hope.
Yeah, I didn't
I-
say that. I can understand it because of how rough she is,
Yeah.
and she's not Tanya, so she doesn't have the same she doesn't have the same get out of jail free personality that she has, but she still has that personality.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like they're hating her. I get it. She was so sass, and I hated her during when Datu took care of her, and then she's just a big baby. But she grew
Now she
on me.
take charge.
I know she did.
know.
She did.
Her voice didn't mature though.
All right. I know.
Sorry. I'm just saying. I mean, 18 years, you would
Yeah,
expect a little
yeah.
bit of.
Yo, it's crazy because I didn't see it coming.
I see what you did there. That's messed up. It was so funny when Dean said
Hey,
that.
well, guess what? She did. She did. Maybe not well, but she did.
Okay, so we started with this,
Oh, that
and
was
then
hilarious.
Hope was explaining to Pegs what happened, and just a little bit of an update of what's going on, right, with Michael. Yeah.
Yep. You could tell she was trying very hard not to say he's dead.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
she was giving a lot of that, a lot of those signs that he's dying. So
Yeah.
don't get your hopes up, kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes
Yeah.
up. Don't get your... Okay, I'm sorry. I had to say it. That was unintentional, super unintentional, but it just went in. Okay, so after their little bit of conversation, who showed up? Dean showed up. Yo, just hearing Dean's voice, it reminds me a lot of I feel like Dean is at least for me, Dean is like a male version of Pegs in a lot of the complaining part, because remember the tower when she has a job of planting those gardens, and now because of what had happened, the war, it's like nobody's even taking care of the plants anymore. It's like all of that multiple episodes of just her complaining, like complaining, and then Dean is the same way.
I guess, but it makes sense after you find out why later.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Pegs, but I thought he was more of a sassy or girly Angel version.
Yeah,
Dude, I was
Dude,
literally
I know.
gonna say,
right?
I get mad Angel vibes.
Yeah, you're right.
Mad Angel
This
vibes.
dude, that right? Because it makes sense too, because he's behind the desk.
Right?
He's not
Well,
out there.
okay, like the big thing is like he doesn't seem like Michael Smart, like that kind of analytical side.
Yeah.
But he's got that job.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you're just talking about like the main trio, Vera does have the Michael Smarts with the Angel leadership,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
With
Dean
the
kinda,
with the CJ's punk.
yeah.
You know.
But then Dean has like Angel's personality and his analytical skills, to
Yeah.
where it's like he's analytical, but not. But it's almost like a streetwise analytical.
Mm.
Yeah. It was weird.
Which
It was,
I guess that'll come up in just a moment.
right. So they were talking about. I love how Pegs just said, "I'm gonna stay. You know, I'm not leaving," because Dean's being nice and said, "You maybe should take a walk." And Peg said, "No, I'm gonna stay." And then literally a minute later, "I gotta go. I'm gonna walk."
Yeah.
Like that.
Well,
the quick realization.
I really think that Hope was like just trying to kick her out. Like,
Yeah,
she was.
yeah.
I think Hope was trying to be brutal, just to be like, "Get out of the hospital. You're literally gonna make it harder on me. You're gonna make it harder on my staff.
Yeah.
You're just gonna make it harder. Get out."
Was it me, or did Peg's voice seemed a little bit lower? I thought it was not the same Peg's, the same voice actor.
Really?
For some reason, it sounded more lower than.
Well, she's definitely giving like lower inflections, but it's because you kind of at least that's what it seems like, because once you start getting that more depressed and more like,
I guess
you're like literally being pulled down, you're giving a lot more of those lower lower tones. I mean, I could be wrong, and I just might be thinking like way overthinking this. It could be a completely different person.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's the same.
I believe. They say it's the same. I just, for some reason, I thought her voice was just. Is this the same Pegs? I mean, because she's not as how she was the last season, but yeah.
All right.
I mean, time has passed.
Yeah.
What made Pegs leave again?
Oh.
What was the conversation that made her get up and leave?
I think
Because of Angel. No, it wasn't Angel. It was
No.
no, that was right after. I believe like the final straw was them saying it wasn't final words. It was basically, I believe, Hope saying like,
Oh, that's right.
oh, they were talking about killer.
Yeah, that's right.
He's like his killer, attempted assassin.
Yeah. No, that's right. And then I gotta go. And
Yeah,
then-
because they said killer, like
Right.
it's done.
Right.
Right.
And then she got up. Dean's like, "All right, I'm gonna follow you." Dude, I love that they included that small interaction
I know.
with Dean.
Like, and where
That's what I'm talking about. That was 100%
That
like
was-
the whole Angel Riley kind
Yes,
of like
exactly.
flirtation.
Yeah.
Angel, Hope will
But
come
it was
out.
one-sided.
Hope was like, for someone who is supposed to be analytical, didn't analyze it very well, the situation.
Yeah, for military intelligence, you're not very bright, are you? You know, everyone tells me that, but
I'm
here
still
I am.
here. Yeah.
and then he said, "Well, you oh, what did he say? You can.
She
You're not
said-
completely blind."
Yeah. She's like, you're not completely. No, because she said, oh gosh, I don't remember what happened for him to trigger what she said, but
It wasn't the mask or something like that. She was. He said, "Where's your mask?" Or yada yada.
Oh,
yada.
don't let it happen again or something like
it was
that.
something.
Oh,
It was something about his smell.
Yeah, get your. It's like get your mouth hole off me.
Mouth breathing.
Mouth breathing. Yeah.
I'm blind, but not stupid.
I'm not, yeah, she said I'm blind, not stupid.
Yes.
He's like,
You're
what? But you're not completely blind though. So technically,
Yeah, and then she said, "Aren't you leaving?"
right.
Oh, that was
That
perfect.
was funny.
she's like, I have your number. Like, I'll reach out to you with an update.
Yeah.
Well, you can hit me up anytime.
Yeah, unless if you want to. He's like, unless if you want to see me. And then she
Right.
said,
You
"You
did
do
not
not
just
just
say
say
that.
that.
I just love that they included that interaction.
That was good.
Like,
It was
you
a good
know,
icebreaker there.
it's a good filler. You know, it's a good just fill in
Well,
time
you're
to
finally
drag the
starting to
time.
get to see Dean.
Yeah.
Because Dean was always that back seat character the
Yeah.
whole time that he was around the others. Like, he was with Nick and with Vera. He was the back. Like, he was there. He put in his 2 cents. Done. He's there. He put in his 2 cents. Done. Like, okay, you see that this dude is literally part of this pyramid, but like it's almost like a glass part of the pyramid. Like, you don't see him fleshed out yet. But this whole chapter or this whole part has been about, oh my gosh, this is Dean. Okay, now we're starting to get the picture.
Right.
I just enjoyed that. And then when while they were walking, I guess I like the point of Hope there, where because you know she's very cautious, besides the point that she can't barely see, and there was a recent attack, and she's like very cautious of why are they just letting people in, you know, like
Yeah.
and that I love that. And then the guard said, "Oh, sign here to get your weapon back." And then while he was walking with Pegs, that's when the whole complaining happened. Like, I'm an intelligent person, or I'm part of this, and you know they make me go and do data entry. It's like, this is stupid.
Right.
Don't forget, she learned a lot of her like cleanliness, like especially in medical, from Tanya.
Yeah.
But it wasn't necessarily from Tanya in the hospital at the colony. She learned most of her cleanliness and stuff from helping with the tests. Because anytime anyone was around any of her tests, dude, she treated them more sterile and more carefully than a dude with a bullet in his chest. Like, it was so much more severe. It's like, okay, yeah, we have to be clean. Like, you're a person. Any bacteria can kill you. Cool. And then she's like, I have an infected finger. Anyone breathe in this general direction within 30 feet and I will destroy you. Like, and so I feel like Hope's interpretation of it just ended up, she transferred it to people because she's not studying, she's working.
Yeah. And she's partially blind. It's like, I gotta be careful when I'm touching, because I can't see, you know. I won't be able to see it right away.
It seems like she can see decently. I'm really curious if Casey and them will describe a little bit more about what her vision is like. Because, like, they're talking about her being able to see. She's not, like, she's doing surgeries. She's doing all these intensive procedures that's like, you need to see. You can't just feel around, because if you feel around the wrong spot or feel around just wrong, like, you can kill people. And she's the person taking care of Michael, meaning that she's the one that they trust most, because, you know, literally CJ won't let a single other person touch Michael. They're gonna say, okay, who's our best? You go. No ifs, ands, or buts. Go.
Right.
Like, oh, we have a close second here, but Hope's there. Well, we're gonna go with Hope because
Yo, which, by the way, when you said CJ won't let anybody touch Michael, did you guys felt like a little sexual tension between, or jealousy with when Peg said, oh no, when Hope said, I'll let you know when something happened, and she said, oh, would you do that? Yeah, because CJ already asked me to do that, and she said, of course she did.
So
of course she did.
I've thought that specific one since Story of Survival. Pegs has always been really jealous.
Right. Oh yeah, the Riley
like
thing.
Almost every female character was jealous of Riley because of a hug.
100%.
Was jealous of Kelly because she was the first one to volunteer to go with Michael to the colony. Like, it was like a big point in that moment. And then I feel like with CJ, like, even though she was working closer with CJ than Michael was, I feel like CJ's like admiration and like respect for Michael was kind of like a double-edged sword to her, because she's like, all right, you're basically leading everything, you're taking care of everything here while he works on with the soldiers on the attack. But like,
I never
anytime that Pegs and Michael like talked about CJ, or CJ and Pegs talked about Michael, it always seemed like almost there was like a rough inflection there.
Yeah. It was like a little, just a little, like sexual tension in there or jealousy going on. Like, okay, Pegs, calm down. Like, your boy is dying, okay?
I never thought of that, but it makes sense.
You had the man for dang near 19 years
I know,
at this
right?
point. Chill yourself.
Exactly. Like, chill out.
Chill
okay?
yourself.
Chill out. So while Dean and Pegs were talking, we had a little bit of background on what happened to Nick. Like Nick had a dark time, and we didn't know that. And I hope they explain it more.
Know. They bring it up in Gold Rush.
Yeah, they kind of briefed it in the Gold Rush.
Oh, the Gold Rush.
Because
Gold Rush is a little blur to me though. Like, don't get me wrong, Gold Rush. I love Gold Rush.
Refresh it.
Yeah, but it was a little blurry.
Though it
Well, it's because we binged it in because I don't think we didn't listen to that one on a week to week.
No,
I'm pretty sure
just
like
one
right at
sitting.
the end of it we just whoop. Done.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he explained that there was a dark side of Nick and what he did, and how Nick and Dean might have been friends.
They were friends at the time, but like it really seemed like Dean was on the outside of the issue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they probably got closer because of that, because it sounded like I think Vera and Nick, or maybe it was only Nick, got held back half term. Or half what do they call them? Not a rotation.
Recycle.
Yeah, they got recycled.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But I mean that goes into the very end of the episode.
Yep. With Nick and Alex.
Yeah, we can talk about those two a little bit more.
Right.
That,
So there was a little bit of weird. I didn't get it. So maybe you guys can explain it to me. When Dean said he started yelling at people, or the other Guardians said that I'm taking her to dinner with me, and it's like, and things like that. And then he said, the Guardian Angel. I got that part, but I didn't get why he had to yell it to people, and I guess I know why Pegs was a little cautious, because she doesn't trust anybody. Like, she didn't even trust Dean.
Well, CJ put a security team behind her, but in the distance, and she didn't notice until Dean came in. There was a couple guys watching her, because the killer's still out there, and she thinks that
that makes sense.
Anybody with Peg's team or Michael's team may be next.
Yeah, and like she's probably worried that everyone in the core is at risk right now, the whole core team, and Peg's is the most helpless out of them. She's the one. If you're gonna say like, okay, everyone gets ambushed, which one doesn't survive? I mean, she's the one least likely to survive an attack.
Yeah.
Because she's the most peaceful out of everybody.
Right.
Although Pegs will be the least person that I would attack though.
Well, yeah. Well, yes and
no.
no.
She shot Scratch and Latch. She will be the least person I would.
The two most valuable shots in all of Story of Survival.
Right.
Her only two shots at people.
Yep.
But the two most valuable shots.
She will be the last person I would attack. It's like, based on your track record, I am not attacking that.
You kill big villains, I'm out.
No, I'm good.
Until I'm small time, I ain't going near you.
Right.
Gotta work in reverse for that kill.
Let's look at Michael. Who did he attack? He didn't even barely attack Randy. Like he's a wimp on that. Like, who did he attack?
His whole thing
Besides
was
the
directed.
zombies.
His whole thing was directed.
Yeah. Right. It's like
he's like I shoot and I plan.
Yeah.
You do the work.
Yeah.
He's basically an officer without being an officer.
Right. Exactly.
Pegs will be like in my top 5 based on the track record, and then of course Bert and Riley. Like, I won't attack them. Not at all. I won't go near them.
I mean, how many did Bert take down? Holy crap!
Dude, oh my gosh.
Mary had a little lamb.
Bert, man, Bert. Dude, that was funny. After that, we ended up going to Dean's house with with his parents.
I want to take a step back to the
yeah.
So this is actually a thought that I had the moment. This is where I like brought up, like, he seems like the more streetwise Michael, or the more streetwise Angel.
Yeah.
And it's because he noticed, don't get me wrong, he's trained know who the guardians are and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he said guardian angels.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And the reason he had to like yell back to them is because they're probably like 30, 40 feet behind
Yeah.
her. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they're by the entrance of the house while you're at the street kind of thing. Because
Also, you
they're trying to
think
watch from a distance.
you think he didn't know? Well, you think that the Guardians supposed to be hidden and
not hidden, but like kind of
I'm talking about
Secret
like
Service.
Yeah, like Dean's supposed to not know that they were following
I don't think that.
Pegs.
I
And
don't
he
think
noticed?
that's important. I don't think that's important. I think that it's just one of those things like what somebody who's not in the military, someone who's not a guardian, someone who's not there is not supposed to notice.
Right.
So an assassin is not supposed to notice, but
Dean did?
like that's why like they didn't react when Dean's like, "Hey, I'm gonna take her," but then she's like, she didn't notice because she's not part of that scene. So she's like, "You don't even know if that's them," and they're like, "Okay."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because they're
gotcha.
like, "Cool, get us off. Like let us go do whatever we want."
Yeah. That's right.
But yeah, and so like
Oh.
I feel like Dean is gonna have some kind of secret, because as of right now everything has been way too straightforward with him, way too cookie cutter,
Right.
and that has not happened with a single character yet. There has been no cookie cutter character.
Yeah.
Pegs is the closest to it, and she's
Right.
not.
Right. Well, so
As we
far.
mentioned with the 2 kills.
Yeah, well, so far in this episode, Dean had the most time than the other, the new generation of soldiers.
Which I loved.
Yeah,
Loved it.
Yeah, we had more Dean in there.
And I like that he's. Yeah, we'll get into that.
Okay, all right.
Keep it in line.
I know.
Keep it in
I
line.
know. So from there, we ended up going to their house, right?
Yeah.
We got greeted by a dog. I was hoping it was Lady, but there's no way that
No
would be
way,
Lady.
yeah.
No.
Lady
Way
would
too
have been
much time.
dead. Yeah.
I forgot about Lady.
Way too much time and like not the right circumstance. Like if it was Victor, I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
You know,
Go almost guarantee she went to Victor.
it was giving me some home vibes because I knew where they exactly were. Anaheim, it's probably 10 minutes away from where I live in California. So I was like, oh, I know where they are, exactly where they are.
Do you know what kind of house they have? Because they have 10 bedrooms apparently.
Well,
She said it was. She said like
they remodeled it. No, what's the word? They
Revamped.
I was gonna say revamp, but no, it's the word of rebuilding it or adding on to a house.
Oh.
But yeah, they changed it from the original. Yes, thank you.
Renovated.
I was like the thing that you guys just did.
They renovated the house and added more rooms.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and she just kept adding and adding. and adding.
from the original floor
Right.
plan.
Right.
So it could have been like a 2-bedroom place,
Yeah, it could have.
and they were like in the country or something like that. So they just had the land, and they're just like, well, I mean, if we got the space, I'm
Right?
bored.
I mean, this is
Let's add a room.
this is post
add a room.
civilization.
Full Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's post civilization. Now they're just living what they got. I mean,
Yeah.
the world's almost just zombified. So
They're
they got
close to the wall.
plenty.
They're close to the wall too, right? Because Pegs is like, aren't you guys scared?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
it's
so.
close to
Yeah,
the border. Yeah,
close to the
Yeah.
border.
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, when they say border, it's like it's not anywhere close to San Diego or to Mexico.
Right. Right.
I mean,
Well,
it's
yeah.
very close
I'll
to
say, yeah.
Disney.
Let's say, don't forget. I mean, California doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
California states don't exist. That's why it's the Republic. That's why it's Westport. That's why it's the what's the Eastern Alliance or whatever. Whatever they are, like
I think it was the Eastern Alliance.
something like that. Yeah. So
The
it's
UA
like
or something like that. The EA.
The UA is the whole country.
yeah, that's the United States. Basically.
Yeah, it's a United America.
United America.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I think that's what like their the alliance is called. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like their NATO
Yep.
kind of
Or
thing.
United Nations.
That's where
the UN.
whom we were about
Yeah.
to talk to belong to, right? She mentioned she was from from that group.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you're talking about
Ruth.
Mira? No, Mira.
No, Ruth was on it because Mira is the light voice, while Ruth is the supposedly manly voice.
No, you're mixing it
yeah,
up.
you're mixing them.
Mira is the manly voice.
Mira's the soldier.
Yes, Mira's the
Mira?
soldier.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
so Mira's the one. I think she was a soldier with the Eastern
Yeah.
Yep.
Alliance. or
Yeah,
whatever.
because she worked in the trains and she explained that. Yeah, she was
Yeah,
she
my
was
bad.
flying.
She was a pilot.
Plane. Yeah, she was a pilot.
For a short time.
Yep, for a short time.
Whom we're about to talk about. So they arrive at the house and
Get greeted by the pets.
Yeah, got greeted by the pets.
Correction, they technically got greeted by some yelling.
yeah, they did. Yep,
The
yep.
whole discussion was going on. Yeah.
A little bit of a heated argument.
Right. I actually didn't expect that he has two moms. I didn't expect that. I was like, oh, okay, that's a good inclusion in there. That was good. Okay. Representations in different groups, because it kind of makes sense,
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because I mean, they've alluded to several similar situations that it's like, it was almost that. It was almost that.
Right.
And now it's finally like, there it is.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
I know. From there, this is one of my, if we're going to talk about favorite interactions or favorite lines in this podcast, I know we've never done it so far, but my favorite line happened in this conversation, with the whole thing of introducing who the people are, and they, Mira, when they found, I guess they didn't really find out. They already know, because she's like stupid popular. That's
the
what
the whole core group. It's like everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows
You're
them.
stupid
That's probably why
popular.
Puck's hiding.
You're right. You're stupid
That's
popular.
true.
Ruth
That's true.
said you're stupid popular. She got offered a drink.
Right.
I have no idea what the drink is. I actually thought it was
wine.
Crown Royale. I thought it would be a Crown Royale kind of thing, but it's not. It's probably like super expensive.
Well, yeah, I mean,
It was the wine. So it was before the breakout.
Yep.
And then she said she popped out the best one that she had waiting to the very so-called end.
That was later on.
That could have been the Royale.
I don't know. I don't think that would be a Royale.
I don't know. We don't know.
I have no idea. I don't know.
never
You should know more than we do, because you're from California.
Well, it would have been Crown Royale or something like that.
well, yeah, but they might have brought it from East.
Yeah.
Or it could have been what is that one that most people like to drink when it's an R&B setup? Jameson. Could be a heavy Jameson.
I'm gonna pretend to know.
Anyway.
So this is my favorite line in the whole podcast.
He's laughing already.
I think it was.
We didn't get there yet.
No, it was Mira. She looked at Peg. This is how I picture it, right? She looked at Peg. She didn't even introduce herself yet. No introduction yet. And she said, "Did people let go of the pot yet?"
Oh
like the
my
flower
gosh,
pot.
the flower pot.
Oh,
Yo, that was my favorite line.
when they like.
The people still have her give autographs.
Yeah,
I know, right?
On the flower vase.
No.
Yo, that was my favorite line in the whole podcast so
That's
far.
funny.
On the bright side, at least it sounds like Pegs has finally moved on from it.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like, I mean, during the story of survival, she definitely never did.
Right.
Like, it got brought up, and she was like, "Shut up."
she's probably right now. She's probably more scared with the flower pot than a gun.
Yeah. Oh my God, fact.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, bro, that was crazy.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Z-Day flashbacks.
No, right,
Z-Day.
right. But it's good because it gave us like a nod, like something that if you didn't listen to Story Survivals and you went straight to the Descendants, you won't get that joke, that kind of thing.
And it also is nodding to the story of survival, the fact that like that's a book that they made.
Yeah.
And it's like publicly accessible.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's saying like everyone
Yeah.
can know our story minus certain pieces.
Yeah.
But like they're like, this is known.
Yep.
Like this is how we learn sound will attract a mass army, basically.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is how we know.
Yeah, or smell, and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. That was my favorite line. When I heard that, I was like, "Yo, yes, reference."
For this one, I actually enjoyed the moment just before that when she's like, when Dean comes, he's like, "Moms, I brought company." And Mira's like, well, you should have let Ho.
Yeah.
I was imagining that exactly. It was like
Just the I
was like, oh
crap.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yo, can you
Bad
imagine,
first impression.
Yo, can you imagine living in that time? You are super popular. Like, you're like the living, walking legend of that period of time. Because you're the batch of people, even though you didn't kill Ink, you are in that batch of group of people that killed Ink.
Yeah, it was your group.
Yeah.
Or in nerd terms, it was your party that killed Ink.
Right? Yeah. And you're legend and you're not even dead yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people.
A legitimate living legend.
Oh, it's crazy. I can't imagine that. You're way more popular than their celebrities. I don't even know. Yo, because we had a little bit of I'm digressing. But we had a little bit of the celebrity type of thing in Gold Rush. But can you imagine living as a celebrity in this period of time?
Right.
You know, like, oh, I've seen you on TV, you're in the movies. You know?
Yeah, like I mean, just imagine LeBron walking in
Right.
to the tower. Like what?
Yeah.
Like, how do you react to that? It's like, oh shoot, you're the dude I play basketball. You're like, it's not going to be the same starstruck.
Right.
Because now it's like, okay, that's not something that's applicable anymore.
Yeah.
But then with Pegs, it's like, oh my gosh, like you literally made Newport.
Yeah. Right.
It's like if George Washington walked up to us. It's like you like made the
what is America
military
right now?
as we did as we know it. Like
yeah. You're literally the father of America.
yeah, and that's kind of how it is. Like
Yeah.
CJ might be the mother of
New
Newport,
Westport.
of Westport. Sorry, but like
Newport the cigarette.
but like Pegs would be like the aunt in this situation.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like that's literally how high up she would be.
So from there, we skipped.
They had dinner.
Yeah, they
Yep,
had
they had
dinner
dinner.
and skipped. You know, they were laughing and things like that.
Dean getting stuck in a barrel
Yep.
and getting his pants stolen.
Right, upside down in a barrel, and he said he's still scared of
barrels.
Waste basket.
waste baskets. That's right. He's still scared of waste baskets. From there, when as soon as Dean left, Mira asked Pegs the important question. You know, so Nick is still gone. And then Ruth said, Mira, well, we all want to ask it.
It's like, we're dancing around it enough.
I know.
She's had
Can we
alcohol.
just ask
Now's
it?
the time.
Yeah, can I
Right?
just ask it? And then she said that, you know, that whole thing. And then Mira said, do you need help? No,
like-
do you need help?
It's like, there's nothing really we
Like,
can
what?
do. Do you want help?
Yeah. And then I feel like it's like one of those text message, you know, beep, you know, it's like a go or a green light,
Yeah,
you know, to
yep.
send to everybody, like a group text to everybody, oh, it's time. And they're just stand by.
Yeah, and the thing that I like about this scene is it shows that Dean pre-planned to bring in Pegs.
Yeah.
Like, Dean didn't bring her to get her away from the hospital or to distract her. Dean brought her because he already had his plan in motion.
Yeah.
Even like, I don't know if it was his plan or Mira's plan, but like it was
planned.
the plan was in motion and he was the moving cog
Yep.
that was getting Pegs in place.
I actually I thought that until he might be expecting that whole thing happen until CJ show up because he was shocked.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know?
think he expected her to show
Yeah,
up, but
I
he
don't think-
did
yeah.
expect everybody else.
Yep, because he
Right.
was talking
And-
to Riley.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
so
about books.
Yep, and like he knew everybody was coming. He knew everything was moving forward because I mean, he tried very hard to get her to come to dinner. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like
Yeah.
like you said no, what else can we do to distract you?
Yeah.
Like what
yeah.
can we do?
Yeah.
And like, what other plans
Like,
could
I
have
mean-
happened if it didn't work?
Like he gave vital information to gain that trust,
Right.
Yep. Mhm.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
which makes me think he's got that secret. But
Hold on. Yeah. Speaking of which, let's go back real quick when he said it might be nothing. I just overthunk it. That's the word that I came up with. I just overthunk it when he told Pegs while they were walking. Well, I assume they were walking. He said that something is messed up upstairs. You know. I might have just been overthinking it. I don't know, but there might be an inside job going on inside Westport. You know, and how Michael got stabbed, and there's something more going on in
the
Westport.
person's a ghost and all this stuff.
Yep. So someone's hiding what's going on in there.
It very well could be, and
Yeah, I agree.
because everything lining up at like the time of the graduation ceremony and everything.
Yeah.
I think that the plan from the start was to get a hold of Nick to take out a higher up and to possibly move one of their people into a position, and that's why now is when they're like declaring this war.
Yeah.
So it could be a very elaborate move from the
Someone.
Republic.
Yeah.
I specifically think from the Republic.
Well, because because CJ is like the Republic, and she has no idea. I don't think she's involved in any of these.
She's not the
inside job.
Republic.
No, I thought the Republic is whom they're against.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The Republic's the one that like jacked the train.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That's right. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, they were like, if I remember correctly, on like the map that they kind of talked about toward the beginning of the first episode. The Republic is like the south of the country, so it's like Texas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that kind of Texas region, and they're expanding west when
Sorry.
when like, and that's been like the big thing with Newport. It's like, why don't they expand east? Like, why are they trying to like get so close to our territory when we don't really trust this? And they're like, oh, we're just following the train.
I'm laughing because they are from California and they're fighting the Republic, which is kind of like Texas, so it's Texas versus California kind of thing.
Okay.
It's,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think Casey Wayland is trying to do that intentionally, but I don't know. I just find it funny.
Well, like it kind of sounds like the way that it like the maps worked in my mind. It's probably not exact, but it seems like the three major areas in America right now are California, Texas, and like North Carolina, Virginia.
Yeah, that's
area.
like
that-
far east.
Yeah, well, I mean that's like the three things I see because from the sound of it, the Republic has the space to move east
Yeah.
and expand their territory, but they're going west.
Yeah.
So if like Texas has the space to go east, they might literally just be like to the edge of Texas,
Right.
and they might be able to like go into like the Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana like direction.
Do you think Boulder is gone after the explosion?
100%.
So it's
got
like
nuked.
a crater
got
or
nuked.
just water.
Where's Boulder again?
Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah, it's gone.
Colorado.
Like I mean, they nuked it.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the people who's like
I think they
pro.
said like a 50-mile radius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I feel like the people who's pro zombies, you know, those those cult are around Colorado. Like that's where
It's
they're
very
staying.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can and can't see that. I can see it because it's like that was like a big moment for Ink's little one to
little one.
quickly expand, but it was also quickly shut down.
Yeah.
So I would almost see it more of a possibility of them going to Irving, or is that what it was?
Fort Irwin.
For Irwin, yeah.
Well, that one got nuked too.
Yeah, but if like I would pick two areas, it would be that one because that's the area where technically Ink triumphed
That's right.
Yeah.
over the military.
That's right.
Because at the end, like he won. Like he lost one little one in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, he lost one numbered one, and he took out what the last known remnants of the military minus 5 soldiers.
Yeah, and a big city.
Well, 6 soldiers because I guess Datu is kind of a soldier because he was a tech.
Right.
Yeah, don't be shaming my boy.
I can't, dude. He carried a good half of the series.
Speaking of which, someone was hating on. I cannot
know.
believe people hate Datu. Like I don't
Yeah.
understand
It's like,
that.
They don't know he was like the backbone. None of the things that's working could have been done without him.
Exactly. That's my boy Datu. You know?
Like
Yeah, man.
he definitely had a low, and at that point, like I was disappointed in him, and I was like, dude, just get your head out of your butt and get it together. Like I understand you're like, yeah, you're heartbroken, you're upset, you're destroyed. Like yes, grieve, mourn. Now go.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so from
We
there,
need our carry back.
yeah, from there, the people are starting to come in. You know, we had the first person that came in was
Bert.
Burton Riley.
Bert and Riley, exactly. And they were talking Riley and
It's always
Riley
gotta be
and
them.
And
Huh?
then
what'd you say?
It's always got to be them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know. And then Riley was talking to Dean about a book, and then Bert made all these dad jokes and references.
it seems-
don't
I thought it was
rile her
movie
up.
jokes, wasn't it?
No, it's just a Riley and like riling her up.
Oh,
You know,
Yeah,
those jokes.
the
yeah, dad jokes.
Yeah, it's a dad
So
joke.
it really seemed like Mira might have actually been the first one to reach out because
oh yeah,
she knew Bert.
yeah.
So she contacted Bert, and
And
Dean might have
Bert-
been talking to Riley, but I think that conversation came more from the banquet because they spoke at the banquet as well.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. they were just talking, and then Bert is referencing a lot of things. You know, well, he referenced Lord of the Rings first, and I love that everything is just everything's just connected from there. Because as soon as he said, you know, the Lord of the Rings, and then someone knocked at the door. Who's what is it? A dwarf? Oh yeah,
yeah. It was the dwarf and elf or something like that,
or a hobbit or something like that. Yeah, he just start rolling in. It was Kelly. Kelly showed up.
Kelly and Victor right behind.
Yeah, and then
we would have been here sooner, but I don't know this area anymore.
Yeah, I know. She called Victor a troll.
Yeah,
Yep,
just a troll.
And then Bert was like, "What? With the beard? No, we got a wizard."
Yeah, we got a wizard.
But he took it back and said something about that he was something else. But yeah.
It's just all the references. I actually enjoyed. This is the second time, right? This is the second time that every time the couples kind of, because you know Bert and Riley are not a couple, but they're like together.
They're a duo.
Yeah, they're
still a duo.
Yeah, every time they show up, Kelly shows up first before Victor. You know, this is the second time in the whole podcast so far that Kelly shows up before Victor. It's like Kelly's more initiative, you know.
Well, I mean, she's still got that lawyer tendency of like on time, on
point. Yep.
Speaking of lawyer, those two, Kelly and Victor, I think the reason why they were out of shape of their career or their profession, because they're retired. Did you hear that they have their own firm and they have their own business? I'm like,
yep.
Yeah.
These guys are just living rich and just sitting back.
Well, yeah, they're like they probably spent like the last like 15 of the last 18 years or something like that building and getting everything going. Cuz I can't see them having been retired for long. Because they're like, man, I'm like, we haven't been here in a while. Well, when you look at, you know, nothing's been inside the wall in like what, like 12 years or something like that.
Right.
Like 12 years of perfect peace, essentially. Like, dude, 3 years is gonna be like compared to the first year.
Yeah. Okay.
It's an eternity.
Yeah.
No, I was just in shock that they were able to run a business and now they're living it good in a sense.
And it sounds like, you know, based on what Victor said, it sounds like Westport is way too big now. You know,
yeah.
Like, it's not like what you can do in Colony where you can check every single people who's this and that. It's like Westport.
Yeah, it's like all right, we have 200 people. All right, well we can spend, you know, a half hour very carefully looking at all 200 people.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like there's thousands now.
Yep. Yeah, it's a big city now. You can't do that anymore. So with that said, yes.
Casey, give us an idea of exactly how big this
like
area
how many
might be.
people are this? Speaking of which, hold on. Speaking of which, Blair is listening to our podcast, and when I said listening to our podcast, like she's legitimately listening to our podcast.
Hi.
I know.
Can I still say Mrs. Whalen? Or Miss Blair? Can I do that?
I know she commented, it's like, oh, Mrs. Whalen. It's so weird.
No joke. I just said it out of. I did forget your first name, but then second, out of respect. I'm saying it out of respect.
Yeah, and then I love the comment from the last episode. The "We're alive." Yeah,
torment.
He's like, what did he say?
He said it was like not word for word. Don't quote me on it, but he's like, "Oh, I love watching it. Give us more. I love like seeing what you guys think is happening while we have all the answers."
We got all the answers here.
It's like,
oh my gosh,
this is a game, and I don't like it anymore.
I know. And so I commented and said, "Spill the beans, just spill the beans."
at least give an idea of how big. Like, I would love to, even if it's like mentioned in like a future episode. I just want to get a general idea for my mind. Exactly, like how many thousands of people are in these areas.
Yeah.
I would love to know how many survivors got found. Because when at the end of Story of Survival, it's like, holy cow, like we have 2,000 people or like 6,000 people in Boulder, or 18,000. It was like 2,000 soldiers or something like that. And it's like, holy crap, like there's actually so many people. Well, that was the biggest known civilization at the time. It got nuked. They lost almost everybody.
That was
but
sad.
How many people survived and just didn't go south? Like, how many people actually survived and went off to other areas? Well, I want to know what areas they found, and how big this is. Like, so how big is Westport? How big is the Republic? Which I feel like we'll get a little bit more idea of that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe more than Westport even. But and then how big is the Eastern Alliance? Like, how big are these? I would love to know how many hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands. Like,
Yeah, I mean, this
I
is
would
about,
love to at least get like that general idea.
it's almost 2 decades. So like, who's alive and how many are there? What's the
Right. And I mean, obviously, after that first year in California, people were bunnies.
Okay. I get it. A lot of y'all hate California.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I still got love for it.
Well, as soon as ink was gone, they're like, all right, danger's gone. Now we can have family. Like, they're like, literally nothing is gonna be ink, and we can defend against all that.
Yeah.
There's no organization. We can fight that.
Right.
And so that's when everyone started having kids. Because, I mean, 18 years, and almost everyone from the main group has a kid.
Hope didn't.
She was a kid.
Oh, she was a kid. I mean, like, oh, you're right.
Because if you look at it, I mean, she was Tanya's kid kind of thing.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, she was Datu's kid kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess everyone had a kid.
Because,
Well, except for Kelly and Victor. They didn't have a
Kelly,
kid.
Victor, Michael, and
Well, we know
Pegs,
the Michael and
Pegs.
Pegs.
We
they
know
all
about Michael
had
Pegs.
they all had Nick.
Someone.
Yeah.
They all had
okay.
Nick. Because I mean, because when it came down to it, Victor and Kelly were supposed to have Nick.
Oh, okay.
Because technically Saul asked Victor
to
specifically
look after.
look after my boy.
That's right. I did.
But
remember
when
that.
they found out that Pegs couldn't have kids, they were like, okay, like, here you go.
Here's the consolation
This is
prize.
what you guys
Oh, wait.
want. Like, we... Here's your silver medal. Actually, at that point, here's your bronze medal. Why? Because it's not yours and it's not ours, but we'll give it to you anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
I just enjoy that we got the gang back. You know, like, I know I'm.
We have our B team. B team!
I know B team. I know I'm a big. We had this conversation before. I'm a big, especially if you're starting a new episode of a podcast or new different podcast. Remove all the old people, the older cast, and bring in the newer cast. But I enjoyed what Casey Whalen did in here. Instead of just building this newer cast and having their own mission. Nope, you have no choice because now they're captured. So you have to bring back the
old
the
squad.
old cast. Yep.
And the way they set up this part for this episode, it's like they're making an A-side tape and a B-side tape. So the A-side, or as of right now, the A-side of the tape is B team.
Yeah.
So it's the old gang minus their leader,
Yeah.
which is the one person you wanted to not be there.
Yeah.
Like, because when it came down to it, you wanted to see Bert in action. You're like, I could see Riley in action.
Kelly and
Like Kelly and Victor, you didn't really say anything about them, but like
Victor, I see that he could be in the picture to help
well,
out.
but specifically like AJ had said like I would love to see these people like in action again, but it's like he just didn't want them to take main stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what if they take the B side of the tape and have their own stage, while the other guys have
Okay.
the other side of the tape where they have their main stage? So it's almost like we are getting 2 series all at once where they're just merging. Which, I mean, being the big gamer I am, there's specific games that I've been playing that do that. And this has been set up in such a nice way to where they're going to have like a really good like collision course. And I'm really excited to see how that's going to meet. Like, is it going to be B team saves A team? Is it going to be A team escapes and finds B team, or is it going to be a situation like
I think B team's going to be his prediction that now that they're going to go after A team, they might die saving them.
The whole B team? Like the whole.
This may be
all of them?
far-fetched.
Farfetch'd D. Sorry.
Far-fetched. I felt that, you know how they were introducing them one by one? Do you think that's the order of how they're going to die?
This ain't Final Destination. Don't do this to me.
Right, exactly. Holy smokes.
No.
God.
We
Dang, bro.
We said we're okay with some of them, not all of them.
Oh my god.
Now, what if the A-side, B-side tape is Team A, their whole thing is the Republic. Side B is doing what they do best, and they're fighting Ink's child.
I don't like that. I do not like that.
You don't?
I do not like that. I want
Don't get me wrong, like it's gonna be one of those situations where it all comes together, but what if that's the thing that, you know, keeps them apart while doing their own missions?
no, because the reason why I do not like that, because they have that inglorious glorious moment in story survival and how they killed Ink. This is what I want. I want Alex to kill them, to fulfill on what he said, you know, when his dad died.
Alex
Like,
to kill Ink's
yep,
spawn? Okay.
exactly. I want that fulfillment of, and I want that satisfaction of Alex doing that whole thing with, of course, with Nick, because the originals, right? The originals had that moment in story survival, so it's like that you already passed the baton to them, you know. So I wanted what you said, but reverse, like other way around.
I don't think it's gonna be a situation where they win. I don't think they're
I
gonna
see
kill
what
it.
you're saying. Okay.
I think that's gonna be like their side of the story is gonna be them fighting that.
Yeah.
Kind of like how, like, I mean, think about it. Like Michael fought, like his whole thing was fighting. Well, actually, technically, it was like Angel and them.
Yeah.
Angel and Riley like fighting Ink's side,
Yeah.
while Michael was, you know, dealing with the human side for that moment, and then suddenly everything flipped, where suddenly he was dealing with Ink. And but you wanna know what I think is gonna happen just because of what you just said.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: Alex is gonna die.
Oh, I don't want that.
I think he's gonna die saving Nick.
Ugh, I don't want that. I can see it happening though. I can definitely see it happening.
Because I mean, do you remember how his dad died? Because it was, if I remember correctly, Robbins died trying to save Muldoon.
That's right.
Or it was either that or the other way around.
Carl.
It wasn't Carl. No, Carl just got obliterated. It was like, what just happened?
Oh.
Because then Muldoon and Robbins were running,
and
then one of them
right.
So a behemoth came through the wall, hit him into the wall, and then he fell onto like some rebar, I believe.
I can't
So
remember.
like a rod was like through his leg or something like that, and so he literally ripped him off of that and started carrying
okay.
he was like ripping him off or something like that, and then like in that moment, the big behemoth caught up to him and killed them both.
That's right.
Which, by the way, that's Fredo.
That's Fredo.
That's our Fredo, okay?
Yeah.
And that's definitely Fredo.
The main big behemoth.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure that was even confirmed in
lockdown.
Lockdown, like because at the end of it all, that's where all the behemoths were tested.
Correct.
And all the biggest, baddest guys got turned. And Fredo got turned there.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure that all in all, like it's all but verbally said that that's exactly
who he was.
Who Fredo is.
Who Fredo was.
He was the strongest behemoth that all behemoths couldn't stand up to.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying this, because it doesn't make any sense to all you people.
To
all you people.
I know. In the Facebook We're Alive fan page, I don't get why you think the new zombie is Fredo. Like I don't. Like I try to understand that it could be Fredo. It's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely not. And I mean, if Casey decided that that's Fredo, I'll still accept it. You know, I won't be disappointed because you're the maker of this this show.
I think he's too small.
He is way too small.
They've kind of painted the picture that he's average height. Yeah, like average size, really, like because they haven't described him as being like a beast, like a massive dude. They haven't described him as being a little one. They haven't described him as having the super long arms.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's just cutting out different angles.
Right.
But the one thing that we know physically about Fredo that can't be argued is the dude is a Hulk.
Yes.
The dude is a massive dude.
He's huge.
Yeah, like the dude is, in my mind, he's bigger than Bricks, and I think Bricks is a pretty big dude.
Yeah, Briggs.
Okay,
yeah.
no. You've already said Roadhog. Someone else.
No, he did it. Wakka did.
Wait, what? Huh?
He said Roadhog.
I said. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
say that.
Okay, so let's
more of a
let's
doomfist.
let's go back. This is what I felt like when all the gang, the originals, came back. It gave me Avengers Infinity War, when all of the new characters, all of the new Avengers got snapped, and now the originals are the only ones that that left with Rocket, and what's the name of that blue girl, whatever her name is,
Blue
Ebola
girl?
Not Ebola.
Ebola. Blue girl.
Yeah,
blue
yeah.
Girl.
Gamora's sister. She's the
Oh.
only one that's left, huh?
Nebula.
Ebola.
Ebola? I was like, who are you
What?
talking about?
Just
I mean, they sound close, but they're not.
No.
yeah, so it's just Rocket, and then the originals, like they're the only one that's left. So now they don't have any other choice. They can't make the new ones fight Thanos. It's gonna be the originals, and that's exactly what happened with this. They don't have any other choice because the new ones got abducted and they're going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the whole conversation that took place, or that they talked about in this gathering of the originals with Mira, Ruth, and Dean. While they were talking, and Pegs was telling them, you can't do this, and Pegs thought that they were there for Michael to find out who who the killer is, or the attacker, the attempted murderer. CJ showed up to tell them what's going on, because they said that we're here for Nick. We're here for Nick.
They're saying that we all have something to stake in this. Specifically, I believe Kelly's the one that said that, which there could not have been a better character to say that.
Yeah.
Because Victor, it wouldn't have hit as hard, even though like it's probably a deeper feel for him.
Yeah.
Than for Kelly, because again,
that's
like
Saul's kid.
Yeah, and he and Saul, like even after all these years, I feel like Kelly still can't match like the bond that Saul and him had. Because it's a different type of bond, first off.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
At the end of the day, like those two were all each other had.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like there was literally nothing else.
Yeah.
And they powered through their weaknesses and created strengths out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I also think that Saul cannot match what Victor and Kelly has.
Okay.
That romantic relationship that's going on between them. And Fernando.
Oh, Fernando. I was literally about to...
Yes, that is awesome. That's awesome. And then they talked about what's happening and what's going on. CJ gave them the idea, because the way she entered was when Peg said they don't know any other information, and then CJ right away said, and they won't tell the truth, and they're like, CJ. Oh,
and
man.
if you ask, you won't get any answer.
Yeah, you won't
like
get
that.
an answer. Yeah. Bert's like, oh my gosh. He basically said, like, you scared the crap out of me.
Where were you?
I know. And then Dean's like, oh, Madam President.
Right.
Dude, he's like starstruck by her.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because like any instance he sees her, like Nick's like, it's just CJ.
I know.
To you.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
If Nick said, I will not call her that. Call her
I
Madam
cannot
President.
call you Madam President.
Yeah,
Nope.
exactly. Exactly. And then you had this whole conversation of what happened. And now let's talk about this. I think this is very vital, right? Wakka brought up, because Kyle and I, sorry.
You're good. Go.
I know.
Ace and
I didn't catch it. Only Wakka caught it. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you. He caught it when CJ was explaining who are the people that got captured, right? You got, of course, Lisa, Nick, Alex, Vera, and
Pat?
Yeah, it was Pat.
Patty?
Pat House.
Pat.
Pat Overhouse. Lighthouse. Some house.
Somehow.
Pat Lighthouse.
Okay.
So who is Pat?
I think
Pat?
I think that's the person that fell off the roof.
But I thought she fell and died
Died.
because she got tagged. So
She did, but they still might have collected her body.
Oh.
That's my thought. I could be wrong, because as of right now, those are the only people that their trackers could have gone completely missing, because the other one, because they spoke about losing 5 trackers. They didn't mention anything about all of the people that got attacked by the one going through the tunnels.
Right.
Meaning that those ones are probably still in range to where the trackers are still just being like, okay, we have their bodies.
Yeah.
Their bodies are still over here. They haven't moved in this time. They're probably dead.
Yeah.
But the one who fell and died, they might have still collected it.
My thought when Wakka mentioned that, I actually thought he could be the pilot, the chopper, the Black Swan pilot.
I think they're the same. Yeah.
Oh, that's
they're
the
the same person. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
As long as I'm not mistaken.
I low
I
key
know.
thought it was the happy chick that got grabbed down by
Oh
by the little one and found her way out of it.
No, that zombie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that zombie obliterated that chick.
I don't think any of them. I don't think any of them had a chance.
No, not at all.
I low key think Pat's still alive.
It's very possible, but I mean, while they've been she would have had to be out cold the entire time during the
Yeah, because
Well,
while they were having conversations, she should be saying something.
because
you know?
everybody was awake when they initially went in. Well,
Yeah.
like
The previous
woke up
episode.
everyone woke up shortly after.
Yeah.
And then everyone had time to go through their waking day and sleep, and then people got woken up again.
Yeah.
So it's like, unless somehow she's either in a different car, which is possible, she could be in a different car because of medical attention. Meaning like, oh yeah, we're trying to save this girl so we can sell her, or they're dead and they're just trying to sell their body equipment and stuff like that.
I'm not gonna say that she may be she might become a main character. I do though believe she may be alive, only because 2 people survived a very high fall, Bert and Angel.
Yeah. Okay, so Angel didn't survive a high fall because he rappelled down.
I thought
I think he might have fallen a couple stories or something like that.
Well, yeah, because he was at the top of the roof trying to get getting picked up.
Yep.
Up until the building broke down, and then he fell.
Yep, and then they, while he was in the hospital bed, they talked about how he rappelled several stories without gloves, and that's why his hands were just fried.
Yeah.
Bert,
and he's technically dead.
yeah, he was all but dead.
But
Yeah.
Bert
But
also
then-
fell. I don't know where.
I was gonna say when.
I think he fell from.
No, I think he he fell. He was in the middle of the cable.
Yeah, the cable, and he was trying to
So
get to
when
the
he
other
fell,
side.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And then when the building fell, he fell too.
But yeah, I was gonna say, but like even in that situation, his fall's not gonna be the same as
No,
hers
not at all.
because one, he's most likely landing on his legs, and I'm pretty sure Alex said that she fell like head first.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, we could also say that
I can double check. I don't quote me on that one,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that's how that.
He just said
we
that
could
she could have
also-
survived the dart, but not the fall.
Yeah, and that's what he was saying. Like,
Yeah.
like he saw her get darted, and then, but the fall would have killed her.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
we could also assume that it was accounted
be
by
right.
the zombie. You know, like they didn't find the body because the zombie has her.
True.
You know.
Okay.
Well, but like the only reason why I don't think that specific way with it is because they would have named more people. They would have gone with the names of all of the Black Swan members and all of Alex's crew.
Because they said CJ said they found the body. Like the rest that
Yeah,
are
they
accounted
said they
for
found the rest
are
were accounted
in there.
Yes, but this one extra person is not accounted for.
Yeah,
So,
because the way I picture it is, they saw all the bodies that are in there. You know, when 2 groups went there,
Yep.
they saw all the bodies, and what the bodies that they didn't find in there are the ones that they accounted that are missing
Right.
or that are gone.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
So that includes Pat, and Pat might be with the zombie, and then the rest are abducted, kind of thing. You know.
Well, but my thought with that, like the thing that's confused me is, if Pat was with the zombie, then wouldn't the other ones, like, because
'cause
Pat's not accounted for, correct?
No, she's accounted, including with the group.
With Vera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
But the other ones that all got taken by the zombie are
No, because
not.
this is what I assume, and of course we're just assuming. You know,
Yeah, right.
it could be either way. I think the zombie like killed people and then left them there. You know,
Yes.
and then they found him, and Pat might have been taken by that zombie somewhere else. You hidden in the cave to save or something, or experiment her or
Yeah.
something like that.
What I remember, what Vera, I keep saying Vera. I mean, that's her
CJ?
mom. Yeah, CJ said that Lisa and the Soul 5 were unaccounted for, but we
Right.
found the rest.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I assume
They have trackers on everybody that died around or that
Yep.
got attacked around the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones that aren't accounted for would have to be out of range, so out of the tunnel range.
Yeah. So it could be
So
like
either they're really deep.
Yep, deep in the cave, or the
Taken
zombie like knew the tracker and removed it or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
See, I don't think he'll know the trackers yet. I think he'll find them from them.
Yeah.
I think this is where he's gonna where he'll possibly start showing intelligence.
Yeah.
Because as of right now, it's just been kind of feral instinct. It's
Right.
been okay. These are my tunnels. You're near my tunnels. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it's been so far from him. But this is the instance when he can start showing intelligence. He's like, all right, now more people are coming here. These ones were different. These ones had like equipment to like invade my home, but these people had equipment to fight back, and they had this weird gun, and they had like, and they all had this same symbol on their wrist, like, so it could start putting those pieces together.
Yeah. Whatever it is, Casey Wheeler made sure that Pat will be mentioned, and
Yeah.
it was
there's
mentioned
gonna be
passively,
something.
just
There's gonna be something with this chick
yeah,
or this person.
or maybe we're overthinking it.
No, I'm based on
believe-
movie tropes. There's something gonna happen with this Pat that we don't know about. Because they could have just said another person, but they named.
Yeah, they named
The
her.
person,
That's what
you
I was
know?
tripping. Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I do think something's gonna come up. I think that something is gonna be, that's where they're gonna show like. I mean, obviously, my personal thoughts on this is I think that's where they're gonna show like, oh, they're like, in the Republic, they're selling corpses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
stealing equipment and maybe cannibalism even.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I think it might go into that stuff.
Or offering. Like they
Yeah.
offer to the zombies.
Yeah,
and
like,
things like that.
what if the whole Republic is actually like ink lovers?
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
what you call them,
The
the
ink lovers.
the enthusiast or the I forgot the name that
They're
Nick's-
called. That's it. They're called.
They're called.
they're called something.
They called something. That was terrible. That was funny.
Sorry, I mean
Okay.
I do listen to this. It's just hard to think of these words.
Yeah. Okay. From there, I think. They talked about the vehicle. I thought it was the chopper, though. I really
No,
thought it was
dude.
the
No.
The
chopper.
moment they mentioned it, I got so excited. I was like, because Bert was so proud of this thing, because it's when he and Riley were gone on their own,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Man, I got some spikes, some barbed
I know,
wire.
he
I
was
got
talking
this,
about that truck of
I'm
his.
like, dude, this is the most Mad Max mother out there right
yeah,
now.
Yeah. I really
What'd you
thought.
do to my baby?
I really thought it was the chopper that Pegs flew, but it's not. It's a vehicle. It's
Nah,
it's
yeah.
Well,
car.
I mean, if it was the flight, then Pegs will be the one to fly it out. Otherwise,
Unless
well,
they learn.
No, it wouldn't have been Pegs. It would have been
Dean.
Mira.
Oh, Mira. Oh, yeah, Mira.
oh, that's
She was a
right.
pilot.
yeah.
That's
For a
right.
brief time, she was a pilot.
That's right. She is a pilot.
She's a pilot.
And you
She
all
was
know
the
that that's going to come
ex-soldier.
into play.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
They
Yeah.
never throw pilots in for no reason. Like this whole show, the whole podcast, like there's never been a pilot in there for no reason yet.
Speaking about Mira and know how
Hashtag
she
Kalani.
knew about Bert, what did they talk about in TV Club?
Dude, I don't know. Well, okay, let's be real. TV Club, they're probably just talking about everything Bert says on a regular basis. Say hello to my little friend.
So are they
It's
just
probably
saying
just quoting.
lines
They're probably just quoting stuff.
from
Like remembering the old times.
Okay.
It sounds. Also, did Bert write a book?
He said they said that he read a book. It was the dwarf fantasy book.
No,
Isn't
that
it?
was Lord of the Rings, bro. That was Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, no. I thought Riley said something about Bert having a book.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, he's actually really good. You should check it out.
He actually read the book.
No, not read. I think he
wrote
wrote
the book?
something.
No, I thought it was.
I could have
I thought
misheard
it
that,
was.
but
I thought it was The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings. That was.
yeah, I
No,
definitely
no.
know he was quoting. He was
yeah.
quoting Lord of the Rings.
But
And I
they
was so
mentioned that-
happy my nerd side was giggling.
They mentioned that he does nothing now. He read a book and let the DVD play over and over or something like that.
Yeah, and he's getting bored and sick of it. Something you never expected Bert to say. during Story Survival. He's like, man, I'll watch these all day. I've watched them for too many
TV
all
Club.
days.
I mean, I get AV Club, but TV Club.
That was funny. I love it. I love it so much. Movie Club, baby.
And then talking about his truck being so-called trashed, and what's her name? CJ revamps the whole thing.
Of course. So
you can hear it from a mile away.
Yeah,
that's the point.
You have a guy who's like, he's rough looking for sure. For even when he was younger, he was rough looking, and he's a gunner.
How old is he by now?
He's 80. But he's
man.
he's
the
rough looking, and he's like all the manly stuff, and driving a hybrid.
Dude, I just picture Shaq in that freaking like little smart car.
Yeah,
you can barely fit one shoulder in.
Yeah, it might as well be a Fiat or something.
Well, see, but this is that's the crazy thing, because like they didn't change the car.
They just changed the engine.
Everything inside.
Yeah. They probably changed the engine,
they made it so that way it's not diesel fueled anymore.
Right.
They probably took some of the weight off of it because it's not diesel fueled. It's not going to have as much horsepower.
Yeah.
So they made it everything that he made that thing to be. They made it more generic.
Yeah. No, because I love the back and forth between Bert and CJ, because Bert was like hyping it up. He has this, he has that.
The Inglorious.
The Inglorious bastard.
No. Before that, like CJ, Bert will say something about the car, and then CJ will come back. It's like, no, we removed that. Oh, okay, but it also has this and that. No, we actually removed that too. We changed.
It's like, is this even my baby?
You ripped her heart.
You ripped out her heart.
What did Victor say? Inglorious what?
No, it was the glorious
flattened or something like that.
It was
the ingloriously deflated or something like that.
There you go. Glorious deflated.
You've been really good with that references. That's good.
Oh, man.
And then it ended from there, right? Let's go.
No,
it moved on to.
Okay, so with them. Right after that was about the time that CJ had to get pulled away.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, okay, like everything's ready for you guys, like
yeah,
good luck, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, they were all there for Peg's decision. Then
when she left, they're like, okay, like Peg, you have to vote on this too, and your vote counts for 2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
that's right.
And she's like, no, like why does my vote matter that much? And Kelly's like, because you're voting for 2, you're voting for Michael. Since he can't be here, and so I would know. I wrote them.
Yeah,
like
I made the rules.
She's the one who wrote them down, and so she's like, "Your vote is substantial here." And so at the end of it, she votes yes.
I just remembered. Wouldn't it be a nod from the time where she's in the We're Alive about let's vote? Can we vote?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
because at the end, when the council was made, the council was the tower core plus CJ.
Oh, okay.
Which technically she counts as a tower core because she was just so happened to be in her own tower at the same time.
Okay, that's right. I remember.
And she's one of only 2 survivors, or 3 survivors from that tower.
Yeah,
that's right.
Where is Skittles?
I know. I'm waiting for him to come out, man.
Oh my gosh.
I'm waiting for him.
Oh my gosh.
Skittles is my guy. I'm waiting for him.
Yeah.
Dude, he's gonna come out in the most random moment, and one of 2 things is gonna happen. He's still gonna talk about the socks, or he's gonna be completely sane again. That wire that snapped, and it's gonna take like a full episode to realize this is Skittles.
Okay, so I had a little bit of this, okay, and it's connected. I'm gonna talk about this first, and then I'll say something about Skittles. So when they were talking about what Michael said, and they said Peg said he's in shock. That's why he said Angel. All I can picture was. They were talking about Angel while Riley's there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh, that's kind of heartbreaking. Like, oh, I know it's 18 years ago, but still.
I was going to say, yeah, it really depends because, like, I think that's not... I honestly, like, even as a person standpoint, I feel like it's almost harder on Pegs right now.
Oh, a lot harder.
And I'm not even talking because she's saying, like, oh, yeah, it's because Michael's dying. No, I think it would be harder for Pegs to hear... Angel than Riley, because Angel went all the way into rock bottom, and she basically like her heart was so shattered that she's like, I have no love anymore, like in that romantic setting. So if Angel came back, I feel like it would have to be like a whole character development to like rediscover that.
Man.
Yeah, I still think it's lazy writing if Angel come back. I don't want her.
I don't think he's gonna come back. I think it's gonna be the family. I just think it's gonna be someone in the family.
Either a zombie or a human being. Nope, it's still lazy writing. I believe that.
I think if Durai was the one who pulled the trigger, he could come back. With it being Scratch, I don't think it makes sense.
And like I said, he was practically dead.
And and that was caught on film.
Yeah, exactly.
He was dying. He was barely being kept alive by all the meds. He was shot point blank in the head, caught on film. 3 people in the room saw it.
Right.
Yeah.
And who knows how many people outside of the room saw the recording. Right. So everyone saw this shot. It's not like they were able to
gonna cuss.
Saw this shot. There's no like they're not gonna be able to edit that in the time and the place they're in. Plus, I doubt any of them have that skill. And so it's like if Durai did it, I could see him trying to stage Angel's death to protect him.
Yeah.
Because of his relationship with the family with Mr. Tenuto.
Yeah.
But
it's not.
But with her, she's like, this is a pity killing. Like,
right.
Like, I don't have that connection to you outside of we're both members of the family.
Yeah.
You're already dead. Let me end your suffering. Done.
Which connects me to Skittles. I don't think Skittles knew that Angel's dead. I don't think he found out. Yeah.
No.
So if we see Skittles again, he will have that socks that reminds them of Angel, and then we're gonna have a whole reference of Angel again, like a whole flashback of Angel and Skittles. And like imagine telling him Angel's dead, and then Skittles will be heartbroken or something. You know, like they will have that moment.
It depends on how much of his sanity returns at this point.
Yeah.
Because like
that's some weird boat, man.
If he's gained a little bit of sanity and he's like becoming more normal, yes, I think he'll be heartbroken. Otherwise, I think it's gonna be like, oh, like that's too bad. Like kind of like the lost puppy, like, oh, that's really what happened. Oh man.
Yeah. No, because I can literally picture it.
I think Riley should be the one to see him too.
Oh yeah. I can literally picture him saying, where is the guy who gave me the socks? You know, that kind of thing.
Okay.
You know, like I'm trying to return it to him, but
who else ran into Skittles?
Datu.
What's his name? The guy from Hawaii.
Kalani. Angel.
And that
Datu and Riley. Yeah. Because
that means it would like have to be Riley because nobody else would make that connection.
No, but they saw Skittles too because they have
in
him
the camera.
Yeah, they had they had him run to gather his sweat. But during the time with the Angel and the whole socks, it was Datu and Riley.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, so like there was no other main figure outside of CJ and Michael.
Remind me what the socks is about. I totally forgot what the socks is.
He had no shoes. He had no shoes, I believe.
Yeah.
That's when the ones he had were like completely demolished. And so Angel gave him some socks to put in the shoes so that way he had some kind of protection.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because he held on to him. Like he never got rid of him. He held on to him months later.
Yeah.
Because I believe that was before the arena, and it wasn't until a couple months after the arena, I believe, that they ran into him again.
Yeah.
So like time passed.
Yeah. No, because they were heading. No, they were heading to the water tower, the water place, because they were trying to restart the water. The water was gone.
That's when they ran into him the first time.
Yeah, that's when they gave him the socks and the Skittles. Yeah.
Yep, that's right. I remember that.
Yep.
And then then I'm saying like because that was like right before the arena, because. It wasn't on the way to the water towers. It was on the way to the arena because they're like, we just have to go get our stuff. It's right there.
That's right.
Us.
Yeah, the tracker.
That's right.
Yeah. So it was. Yeah, I was right. So, and then right after that, like they didn't see him again until they, ironically, were in that like little water tower kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking not water tower. I was thinking about like the water
The water plant.
The water plant. Yeah.
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 Mm.
It wasn't
I knew
that
where you
time.
were talking.
Yeah, because
Nice.
there's also the water tower where Kalani and him ended up being in
And
there, and that's
Angel.
where.
And they were taking all the
Hiding in it.
notes, and that's where
Yep.
they learned about all the different ones.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And
Including the little ones.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. And then the vehicle, right? And they were talking about where we're going and what we're gonna do, and they said, "Let's go." I love the whole interaction with Ruth and Mira. You already made up your mind. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
They're
it's
like,
really
"Can
cool
I?"
because like it really seems like their relationship with each other really seems like they clash a lot. They have very clashing personalities, but it shows how much they care for each other when it's like you're going, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I know you. You're
Yeah.
gonna go. And she's like, yeah, there's really no other option for me. Like, we can't make the youngest soldier an 80-year-old. And it's like, yeah, like, you're making, like, a stupid, a quote-unquote stupid reason to go. It's like, no, you're going to help your son's best friend.
Right.
And because all you know is you know how to fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she's a soldier.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And so she's like, I already know you're going. Like, the moment this started, I knew it was over.
Let's jump to the young soldiers who got abducted, and they're still traveling.
The train.
Yeah, they were still traveling in the train while Vera was sleeping. Alex.
So it was Vera that was sleeping, right?
Yeah, it was
Vera and Lisa.
Yeah.
It was just the boys that were awake.
Yeah, they were fighting too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was so happy to see that because I was like, this is the connection between the two of them
Yep.
that I was
Yep.
waiting to
Yep.
spark, because they hadn't had the instance for it yet. They haven't had the time for it.
We had
because,
a little bit of it.
Yeah, like they had their little like talking back and forth in part one, and then when they were running away, like they're like, you always do what you want on your own. I'm leaving. Like it was like, okay, you're in a panic. You're not fighting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You're running for your life because you're terrified, which fair. But like in this instance, he's like, I'm hiding something from my mom. Like dude, like careful, you're gonna wake everybody up. And he's like, and then when Nick hit Alex with the you get special treatment, I immediately thought Gold Rush. I was like, he does. Because of his dad.
Yeah.
He does. But it's not just he gets special treatment because he's some spoiled kid like Nick. He gets the special treatment because they're kind of trying to coddle him.
Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of trying to coddle him because they're like, we know what your dad did and we know you're angry, so we're gonna hug you because you're angry.
Which made him a stubborn kid.
Yeah, and I feel like that is gonna be one of the points that led into whatever happened between Alex and Nick.
Yeah.
Because at the end of it all, like, Alex didn't get held back essentially while Nick got recycled.
Yeah. Can I say something?
No.
No. You see a lot of things.
I'm gonna say something that might change the dynamic of this show, or our show. I'm gonna say a totally reach prediction. It's a complete reach of a prediction, and I'll back it up. Okay. You ready? Lisa is a traitor. This is my complete reach of a prediction. They set up that Lisa will connect with Nick, and he will fall in love with her, and they will have a connection to try and to try to gain his trust. So they will go there. She set up all these abduction, and that's how they found out about the first chopper, and they knew that if Lisa's gone, Nick will follow. She mentioned her dad multiple times, and her dad worked in a train kind of thing, which we know how the train works, and with the railways. With the Republic and things like that. And it seems like Lisa right now, she was freaking out when the zombies were there in the previous episode, but this time she was a little calmer, like as if she's expecting this thing to happen, in comparison to the other people like Alex, Vera, and Nick, of course. But I see, and I can see that Lisa can be a traitor, Of course, we can see to a lot of people, but I can see Lisa being there because she's also like a left field. You know, we don't know a lot about her. She's like a newer character kind of thing.
Yeah. Go for it.
No, I was just saying that I really believe that there might be a traitor. I just didn't know who, but Lisa could be one.
Yeah.
So I've been looking at that angle because of her and her dad, the way that they've been introduced but not cemented, kind of thing. Like they've been shown to be important enough to be like this is something to keep your eye out for, but not important enough to be like, hey, this is your this is your like foothold.
Yeah.
This is your grounded character. I've been kind of I've been trying to see like which of these two angles it's going to take on first. Either I think in the end Lisa's going to end up with Alex or the traitor route.
Yeah.
I can see both of those things. They both have loose strands right now. I think the Alex one has a little bit stronger of a possibility, but
Being a traitor?
no, like her ending up with Alex.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I think like that's something that's being like shown more because I do think that's gonna be Vera.
I think we can all agree that we want Nick to be with Vera.
100%. No, but I think it is edging back that way.
Yeah.
And like the couple things that Alex does say about Lisa, like his entire tone changes every single time he says Lisa.
Yeah.
So like he's like, oh, so you're dating Lisa. What does that mean? Nothing.
Yeah.
Right. It means we gotta go.
You're right.
And
exactly.
Lisa wakes up. He's like, he immediately, sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. Like, like immediately it was just like, oh, like, slow it down. And this is like right as he's fighting with Nick.
Yeah. So that is my complete reach so far in this episode. Of course, I could be wrong, but I could be right too. I'm looking at it in that perspective of, and I want to be right. Like I do want to be right because I don't want any of the core group to be the traitor. If there will be a traitor, I want it to be Lisa. So I want to be right, not because I want to be right, but I want Lisa to be the traitor.
If it's gonna be someone, be her.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's one of those situations like I don't not want a traitor because of how everything's playing out.
Yeah.
Either I'm hoping there's a traitor or like they literally have the most elaborate family.
Yeah.
Kind of like infestation.
Right.
Because the whole point of the family is to not be noticed.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeremy did a great job with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
who's Jeremy?
Are we gonna see Jeremy?
Dude, I'm
waiting for him to come out.
Oh my gosh.
I'm hoping so deeply that the family is like a root point in the Republic.
Yes.
To where they're like nobility of the Republic kind of thing. And I'm hoping that Vera meets him.
Yeah. I have a feeling that's not gonna happen.
It is gonna happen.
Ever since Vera's name was mentioned in this one,
Descendants.
Yeah, like I knew Vera was existing in Lockdown and stuff. Or no, was she mentioned in Lockdown? I'm thinking Gold Rush.
CJ was pregnant at the time.
Yeah. So the moment like she was mentioned in Gold Rush, I was like, like she's gonna be a main character like in, because at this time, Nick's story had been announced. We knew Nick's story was being worked on as of Lockdown.
Yeah.
Right.
And so the moment that Vera was announced, I was like, "Oh, Jeremy's gonna come into play, but where? When?"
Yes.
And so I've been waiting for it. The moment that the first episode dropped, I'm looking for any hint and any sign of Jeremy, which I think is why I'm making so many like family predictions.
Yeah.
And it's definitely being affected by that.
Yeah.
I 100% have a bias because I want to see more of the family.
I do, because they were very just in
what
and out
if
mentioned.
the leader of the family is Vin Diesel? I'm just kidding.
Vin,
Okay. The family.
And I'm leaving.
But where did they head to? At the end of Lockdown, because it might clue that they were heading to the east.
Yeah, it never says where are you going. Home.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It just
said
says
home.
Yeah.
Which means our favorite poet and our favorite hacker might come out.
Yeah, the chick and the
if
dude.
If Jeremy resurfaces, then they're both gonna show up.
100%. I feel like they're gonna show up first before Jeremy.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. They will show up first.
And I feel like it's gonna be so minor that we're not gonna realize it's them until it's like, oh my gosh, we just got hit by a truck. We know it's them.
It's them. Yeah. Yeah.
They probably may not know, but we will.
Like the hacker will be the responsible.
That's all I'm gonna be thinking about. Just
like the hacker is the responsible why they couldn't connect, their radio, and she's the reason why they couldn't do the radio thing and all that. Like she got everything all figured out.
She could be the one like supplying all these scrappers, like all these hunters.
She's the boar.
No,
not
she's
that,
not the boar.
but she could be supplying for the boar, because if the boar is higher up in the underworld of the Republic. I do the quotes because it's like she's kind of like in more of the Hunger Games side of it, from the sound of it.
Right.
Like they're controlling all of that. Well, you're gonna get some less than favorable people to hunt for you.
Yeah.
Being the people who hunted our crew.
Is it far-fetched to say that the boar might be Angel's mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It is weird.
And like honestly, my main reason saying that is I don't think Mr. Tenuto is going to be alive at this point.
No, I don't think so either.
I think it's going to be siblings that are going to make an appearance. But the reason I don't think like anything like that could be possible is because of Tanya.
Wait,
the soldier's mom, like the only soldier's known living relative is dead.
Yeah.
Living parent, I should say, maybe not relative, but living parent.
Did they confirm her dead?
Tanya?
Yeah.
So
we had this conversation from the previous podcast.
Okay. Yes, they've said that she died to cancer.
Yeah.
But I don't think she died to cancer, so it's like at that point she's not confirmed dead, but she's all but like it's almost like the Fredo confirmed. Like it's all but yes. Just because they kind of left that one loose strand, it's like, well, what if?
I'm a vote for she died from cancer. I think Casey made it simple. Like, let's just kill her.
Then why would I do think that's how it ended, but I'm still just trying to play devil's advocate with this, and it's like, what if it was something else because of what Michael said to Nick? You're not gonna like the ending of her journal.
Gotcha.
Specifically that line.
Gotcha.
I can't find another angle to play on that, but if I'm trying to find one.
They kept mentioning that she's always been out in the field doing, still checking on new species and all that.
Looking at new species, looking at
their growth and all that.
Ground Zero.
They didn't pinpoint where she died or what time of day.
Yeah.
Right, they just said it took her.
Yeah.
Done.
My second favorite line in the podcast showed up in this scene. Wakey, wakey. I don't know why those are my favorite lines.
Dude, I think he's just your favorite character.
Walrus.
Yeah, I think it's his favorite character because the first moment he heard him, he just started thinking, "Oh, there's Roadhog."
Wakey, wakey.
I told you he reminds me of Roadhog.
Yeah, I know. What was the name of the guy who's in there? The vendor? I forgot his name.
Like Vincent or something like
Vincent.
that?
It is Vincent. Yeah, it is Vincent. Yeah, he mentioned that you guys probably need to take a nap before we
get
there.
any sleep you can get before you can.
Until he said, wakey, wakey. Like, oh, okay. That's pointless now.
I did skip over my absolute favorite line in the whole episode. Out Falcon standing.
Yes,
That's right.
And then Victor came out
That's right. Yeah.
What did he say? He replies like, "For real? Really?"
He's like, "Well, I can say it. He's not here
anymore. I can borrow it.
It's out on loan."
Exactly.
Yeah. I was like, man, freaking Bert.
Yeah,
I know, man. That's Saul's line, right?
No, that's
Puck.
Michael. Come on.
Oh, Puck.
I'm gonna fight you.
It was Puck.
Yes.
Oh, you're right.
I'm gonna fight
was
both
Puck.
of you.
Sorry.
Holy crap.
Sorry.
For some reason, I heard
I'm sorry.
Saul, but you're right.
Out
It was
Falcon standing.
Yeah.
Stop yelling in my ear.
I'm gonna keep yelling you, right?
No, you're right. You're right. It's Puck.
Yeah,
Puck.
because that was his way of swearing in the military.
Yeah.
Falcon.
Out Falcon punch.
Who is Falcon in their code names? There a Falcon in their code names?
No.
No,
Really?
not that I can recall.
I know Kelly was a Raven.
I feel like there was
Was
a
Kelly a
Falcon.
Raven?
Raven, Toucan. No, she wasn't Raven.
No.
Raven was
Penguin.
Bert.
She was Penguin.
Bert.
No,
Who-
Penguin was
Pegs.
No.
I know Mike was Broken Wing.
Broken Wing.
Yeah.
Penguin was
Toucan was Kalani.
Oh, maybe it was her.
Pegs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was possibly Saul.
I thought it was.
But
I forgot what Kelly didn't like. They named her and didn't like it. I forgot. It was Penguin or Raven or something like that. She's like, I don't like it.
A crow? I don't know. Pigeon?
Pigeon.
An owl?
You know,
Owl would have been a good one for her.
I know.
one of the reasons I
She's
thought
smart.
that it has to be a traitor and someone from the inside. I'm not saying it's from the main core, but somebody, because they're using, nicknames. And I was like, what if it's someone that used nicknames before but changed it? You know how they use radio nicknames?
Yeah, but what do you mean, like, they use nicknames?
You know how the core team had a nickname?
Yeah.
I'm
The
wondering.
Black Swan? You talking about the Black Swan nickname?
No, the core team,
Oh, the originals?
the names that we just mentioned.
Yeah.
The reason I assumed it could be a traitor is like, what if someone had a similar nickname from the team or used the same idea for this?
Well, yeah, like, it's possible that, a leftover Mauler or something like that took all those names, decoded them on who's who, and then now they're the targets. But I don't think it's that complex. I think that they were hunting. I think they were specifically there for Michael because he is the highest military strategist in the entire place. It's a huge blow for anyone trying to go to war. Like, oh, if you're gonna go to war, you're gonna take out Sun Tzu first because he's gonna be the guy that's gonna strategize everything and lead to victory.
I guess you're right.
I will assassinate Chin Wei. That's what I would do.
Yeah, but she's way more protected than he is.
Yeah, way
True.
more protected. But
Because
that
he's
would
not
be my
protected. He has an
priority.
assistant. She has like a guard, especially
Yeah.
with her not having a fully working leg.
Yeah, that would be my first priority.
You know
for
who
sure.
I picture CJ for some reason right now as president, Madam President, so whatever, is the top B rank 1 character in One Punch Man. You know the chick that
Are you talking about Tornado?
Tornado's sister. Oh no, you're right, Tornado, because her sister's Cyclone, right?
Yeah.
I know it's totally different. It's just that her image with the little coat over her shoulders. Oh
Okay.
no.
Anyway, speaking of which, okay, this is where the podcast will end because I think we ended from there, right? That's
It
it.
did end.
yeah,
it was at a place called Prim.
Yeah, Prim.
Well, it was wakey, like welcome to Prim kind of
Yeah,
thing.
welcome to Prim, and then that's where it ended. Welcome to Prim. Let's talk about what happened in the page. I'm probably one of the reasons why.
Are you talking about all the spam of pictures?
Yeah.
Bro, every day notification. Posted a picture, posted a picture. I'm like, bro, I can't keep up.
I know,
There were some
I
really
know.
good ones though.
Oh
Yeah.
There were some really good ones. I was like, dude,
great ones.
that's exactly what I see.
And
Exactly.
the one that I don't understand is that why do they still think that Saul is Mexican or Hispanic? Bro, I learned that he's black later on. And we all know that Tanya, the mom, is black.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way. Yeah, but man, I because someone posted something, just a picture of someone, and I was like, oh, Wakka. Yeah, all three of us have talked about this before. It's like, especially with Ace, I'm like, I started this whole thing, and then I posted Chris Evans as Michael, and then it flowed from there. It was
And
like
then-
everybody started posting their pictures, and people were complaining. Can we just get one? He said one post of all your characters because they're
Just
getting
put
like,
them all in like the one reply section, like the comment section
It
of
didn't
one.
work. It didn't work.
No, I will say the John Cena as Michael made me laugh.
I know. I was
I know.
I was happy by that one. I was happy.
Which is ironic because whoever killed Michael, they can't see him.
can't see me.
Sorry, I had to say it. That is my favorite scratch. Amber Heard, this is my favorite scratch. Whoever suggested that, I know it's a joke, but that was my favorite one because Scratch cut off Bert's thumb and Amber Heard bit Johnny Depp's finger. It was
Okay.
it was too perfect. It was too perfect. There was a lot of them. I think my personal favorite characters, because I had a reference for for Michael, Kelly, and Bert, and also my favorite one was Wakka's suggestion
For Saul?
for Saul, Michael B. Jordan. That was like spot
yeah.
on. Oh yeah, that was spot on. But man, there was so many posts. There was like
So many.
Oh man, Fez.
I can't. No, it was as Datu.
Oh, Datu.
I was like, okay, I could see him more as Victor than Datu, just because it's like
no, actually,
they talked about Datu being a little bit heftier.
Yeah, I can see him as Fernando.
Fernando.
Yes. Holy
so
cow.
Perfect. That is so perfect.
Fernando. Yo, but actually though, let's be honest. All of the voice actors, all of them except for Michael, is a perfect cast for characters in We're Alive. Like that's how you can.
It is how I pictured a lot of them.
A lot of them, like especially Scratched, Datu, Soul, Tanya, and Riley. Like that's exactly how I pictured all these characters. It was just spot on. It was perfect. I love someone posted on Facebook. He said, and they said, to all these people that want to make live action characters, including this cast, it's got to be the most expensive movie ever.
Yeah, dude. I was like, bro, we're going off.
I know.
Oh man.
And it's got to be like a magical kind of thing, because you have dead people in there. Or like a younger version of them. It's like, it's not gonna happen. There's no way. Although Ace and I had this conversation before, would you guys want We're Alive a live action or a TV show? Ace.
No. Like, okay, want? Yes. Should it be done? No.
Yeah.
Because like it is done so excellently, and honestly, it's been done so perfectly. I would even say that if you were to try and do this with an unlimited budget, it couldn't match. KC and the team did so well with putting it all together.
Right.
I feel like stretching it to making it theater for the mind is what makes it picture-wise so good, because like if you did word for word, step for step, sound for sound, everything, like literally you took it and you put it on the movie, and you spent the entire budget on both your actual visual casting and your video production, because all you have to do is line everything up. You could do all of that perfectly, and I just don't think it could match the expectations that have been laid down for theater for the mind.
I agree.
Agreed.
I totally agree. And based on the track records of every live action animes and books, for the most part, they're terrible. So don't do it. Do not do it. I can't. Just leave it. Just leave it alone.
Yeah, don't
leave
ruin it for
Avatar and Dragon Ball alone. Just leave them alone.
He went there.
He
went there.
Leave my Death Note alone.
Exactly. All right. Well, do you guys have anything else? Anything else you want to add?
I personally like this episode.
You do?
Yeah, only because, and I didn't want to mention because I wanted to wait till the end, because this highlight it hits home for me in the sense of like true friendship. Like this reminds me of the kind of bond that you see in, I know I'm going to say this out of reference. If you don't watch anime or manga, I apologize, or read manga. Luffy and his crew, the hardcore friendship, or Natsu and his friends, or Goku, how he's so hardcore about, protecting his friends. And long story short, I love true friendship. Like the word friend kind of died out over the time, because everyone say, "Hey, he's my friend. Do you really? I mean, is he really
your acquaintance?"
Yeah, friend or acquaintance. But these guys remind me of more of the Luffy brotherhood between Luffy, Sabo, and Ace. Because they're not blood related, but they they're truly called brothers and
But
family.
no one would ever guess that they're not.
Yeah, and these guys in this episode, slowly came and, hey, look, we want to do this, but we want to agree it together. So they all came to pegs. Who has the answer for 2? And
They were literally like, say go. All we need is you to say go, and we're sprinting. Like,
Yeah. That was good, Wakka. You almost made me cry.
I'm sorry, but it's just who I am.
I
Like,
apologize. I was kidding.
so you were kidding about
Yes,
what
I'm
I was
totally
saying?
100%
terrible.
kidding. Yeah.
No, it's just I love it. I mean, I'm that kind of guy that if anyone messes with my homies, you got to go through me.
Okay. Good job, Fredo.
Okay. Sorry, I just love this episode.
no, I said it in the last podcast about the last episode, is that the last episode it seemed like all set up. But compared to this one was all set up. Like, I mean, let alone set up for the rest of the series. I said I think it's gonna be an A side, B side kind of thing. The first half of the episode was just a setup for the second half. The whole situation with Hope was just a setup for Pegs to be in the same room with everybody else.
Yeah.
It was all set up to set up.
Right.
And so they set up what could have been the end of the episode of just everybody saying, like, all right, like, here we go. So they set up, done. Cool. Now we wait for next week. Oh, wait. Here's your little after credit scene where they're like hinting what's happening next. Oh, it's the other side. It's Team A, or Side B, as I was calling it earlier. Set up. We're here now.
Yeah. Man, a lot of stuff. I cannot believe this episode lasted an hour and 46 minutes. I couldn't
for a 39-minute episode.
Right?
I couldn't believe it.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. All right. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, if you joined this podcast, if you didn't enjoy this podcast, please let us know. Comment down below. Subscribe, like, and tell your friends about us. We really enjoyed doing this podcast, and I know you guys enjoyed this too. If you do not like the spoilers or the things that we have said, I don't even know what to say. Tell you, I don't know. Maybe just suck it up. But we want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to Wakka and Ace for joining me or joining us doing this podcast. And I want to thank myself for doing this.
Okay.
I'd like to thank the Academy and myself.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Make sure you follow us. Go to Facebook. We're Alive fan page. We're all over that fan page. We're all over there interacting to people. Casey, Waylon, Blair, and almost everybody's there. Almost every cast are
It has
in
been
there.
so cool lately to see them interacting. Like, I know it's not because of us that they're interacting more.
Yeah.
It's literally
It's
just
just
because, like, hey, there's new releases. There's more things to interact with now.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's been so cool. It's such a good time to get in
Exactly.
there and to,
Agreed.
like, I mean, even just meet people to talk about the show or
Yeah.
talk about the series.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
answer questions, pitch theories.
Yeah.
Apparently spam 1,000 pictures of what each person should look like.
Yeah. Exactly.
I will
So-
forever give everyone crap, especially you for starting that.
I enjoyed it. Well, that's it. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys later.
Late.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do a